Okay, so for this 3-marker challenge, I will be doing 2 challenges. So this one, obviously, and then there'll be another one after, because the drawing's quite basic. My method for drawing the colours, because I didn't want to mess them up, they were all put perfectly on the stand and I knew their places and everything, was to number them, although I didn't number the black and the colourless blender for obvious reasons, and then use a random number generator. And so you can see me pulling the colours out here. I pulled Y21 Buttercup Yellow, RV23 Pure Pink, and E47 Dark Brown. So I use the E47 for the hair. I normally use like anywhere between like 5 and 15 colours in the hair. So this was a massive change for me. Yeah, I quite like how it looked, to be honest. It was just really weird for me to do, and I think I went over quite a few times to try and darken it, because I normally have a lot of colours going on in the hair. But I didn't get any skin tones for this one. So while I'm doing the hair, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, what am I gonna do? I've got a yellow and I've got like a salmon pink. You can see here, I'm doing the eyes and I'm putting the yellow and pink over the top, trying to change the colour. And yeah, nothing really changed it. Okay, so what I was trying to say before I just severely hurt my finger was this drawing was originally done with the intention of she was some kind of alien girl. So it really wasn't the end of the world that I didn't get any skin tones. I thought her kind of makeup would be a bit weird and her skin could really be any colour. I was kind of thinking green, but I didn't get a green, so I used the pink to do very severe blush, and I used the yellow colour to do shading on her face, and I blended that best I could with the colourless blender. I also used the yellow on her collar, and I blended the stuff on the face a lot, but it really just wasn't going to blend properly on this paper. So next I used the pinky colour to colour her shirt, and I did it really patchily. And I tried to resurrect that, and it doesn't work. So I just have to live with the fact that she has a really patchily coloured shirt. But it wasn't the end of the world. And overall, I think this drawing isn't too bad. It's definitely not the best, and I, now looking back, think I would have tried to combine the pink and yellow a bit more to make kind of an orangey colour in some places, but at the time I did not think of that. Okay, so next I'm drawing more colours, and I got E95, which is flesh pink. I then got E35, which is chamois? I don't know, I've never heard of this word before. I just had to Google how to say that one, but I'm kind of happy that I've got 2 colours that will blend quite easily together. However, I don't know if I will utilise that, because then I'm going to really only have 2 colours in the drawing. So next I got B60, which is pale blue-grey, and I'm pretty annoyed because I've got 2 medium colours and a really light colour, so I've got no darks, and the really light colour isn't going to get any darker, so that's not really going to blend with the medium colours. So again, I doubt I'll be doing much colour mixing in this piece. Okay, so as before, I started with the hair, and for the hair I used the E35 colour. I normally have quite a lot of contrast between the hair and the skin of the people I draw. So I often use either dark hair colours on paler people, kind of lighter colours on darker people, and if they have kind of a medium-y skin tone, I normally choose kind of like a crazy colour. So it's like quite different. So this was weird for me, because I'm really not used to having anywhere near this close of a colour for both the hair and skin, because as you can guess. I then used the E95 Flesh Pink for her skin. I used the B60 for her eyes, and I do go back and try and make them look a bit more interesting, but the B60 just does not go darker no matter how many times you layer it, because it's a really pastel colour and it's really light, and it just did not work as well as I'd have liked it to. The skin was a bit easier this time. I could colour her entire face, that wasn't an issue. I didn't want to make a yellow girl before, but this colour is a skin colour, so it was fine. I used the colourless blender to kind of bleach her lip area, and then I put the B60 on top. So she has these kind of like pastel-y, bluey purple lips. And here I am just trying to even out the skin tone a bit. But this paper really is not the best for blending. I've got a new paper, and you'll maybe see that in the next video. I can't remember what I have planned for the next video, but you'll definitely see it soon, because I've already started using it and filming things on it. So yeah. I used the B60 on her shirt, and this time I did a good job at making an even colour. But it looked really boring, so I used the other two colours to do a kind of checked pattern. I'm not really sure what the actual name for this pattern is, if it is that, but I think it just added a bit more interest to the piece, and I definitely think that this second one is my favourite of the two drawings. What do you think? Tell me in the comments below. So thanks for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more.